You think you're watching this video on a private screen? Haha, you're wrong. The screen is watching you. Most people are terrified of a chip being implanted in their arm, but the truth is far more elegant and far more disturbing. The government realized decades ago that they don't need to put hardware inside you if they can turn your own biology into the antenna. Through a process called resonant biomapping, the very Wi-Fi signals that give you internet are being used to render a 3D thermal image of your internal organs in real time. They aren't just tracking where you are. They're tracking your stress levels, your adrenaline, and even the speed of your digestion. You aren't a citizen anymore. You're a data point in a wireless hive mind that never sleeps. And the worst part? You paid for the hardware yourself. Let's talk about the 1.6 gigahertz frequency again. At Skinwalker Ranch, it was a signal of high strangeness. In your home, it's a synchronization tool. Have you ever noticed that high-pitched ringing in your ears that disappears the moment you try to focus on it? That's not tinnitus, it's a biphase burst acquisition. Under a redacted program known as Project Echo-Vortex, intelligence agencies discovered that the human nervous system has a backdoor frequency. By pulsing a specific 1.6 gigahertz wave through cellular towers, they can induce a state of micro-trance. Here is a disturbing tidbit for you. Have you ever wondered why your phone battery drains so fast at night, even when it's idle? It's not background apps. It's your processor transmitting encrypted biometric packets while you sleep, turning your device into a localized pulse monitor for the agency. Another tidbit from the redacted files. The blue light from your smart devices isn't just affecting your sleep. It's pulsing at a frequency invisible to the naked eye, but your pupils react to it. This is an optical handshake, a way to download your visual memories directly into the government's neural cloud while you're scrolling through social media. They aren't just tracking your life, they are preloading your reactions. If they can predict your anger, they can direct it. If they can measure your fear, they can monetize it. There is no place to hide when the air itself is programmed to record your heartbeat. You've heard of chemtrails, you've heard of pollution. But the true threat isn't what they're putting in the sky, it's what you're inhaling right now in your own backyard. It's called SmartDust. These are micro-electromechanical sensors, no larger than a grain of pollen designed to stay suspended in the atmosphere for weeks. Here's a chilling tidbit for you. Under the Project Aerosol net, thousands of these sensors were released during routine weather seeding operations. Once inhaled, they don't leave your system. They lodge themselves in your lung tissue, creating a biological mesh that vibrates at the 1.6 gigahertz frequency. But it goes deeper. This isn't just about breathing. This dust is designed for molecular symbiosis. Once inside your bloodstream, the sensors use your own electrolytes to self-assemble into a primitive, yet effective, neural lattice. Here is another tidbit that will keep you awake at night. These sensors aren't just for surveillance. They are powered by your own body heat, a process known as biothermal harvesting. This means you are literally the battery for the very system that tracks you. Think about the last time you felt a sudden, sharp chill for no reason. In the redacted reports, this is referred to as a data sync drop. It happens when the SmartDust in your lungs is suddenly activated by a low-orbit satellite to transmit your last 24 hours of biometric data. The sudden energy draw from your body causes a localized drop in skin temperature. You thought it was a draft. It was a download. They can monitor your location with sub-centimeter accuracy, even if you leave your phone in a lead box. They don't need to put a chip in your hand when they can put 1 million sensors in your lungs. One more tidbit from the classified archives. The reason for the recent global push for clean air isn't just environmental. It's about clearing the noise. The government needs the air to be clear of natural pollutants so that the SmartDust signals can travel without interference. Every breath you take is a data packet being sent to a server farm in the Utah desert. The air isn't empty, and you aren't alone. You are breathing in the architecture of your own surveillance. They don't need to follow you in a black SUV when they can live inside your decision-making process. Welcome to the final frontier of surveillance. Predictive behavioral synthesis. Most people think algorithms just show them ads for shoes they like. That is the surface-level distraction. Here is a terrifying tidbit for you. Under a classified directive known as Operation Digital Mirror, social media platforms aren't just harvesting your likes, they are mapping your micro-hesitations. Every millisecond you pause while scrolling past a photo, every time your thumb hovers before clicking, it's recorded. They have built a digital twin of your subconscious mind. Another tidbit from the deep web archives. Your smartphone camera is capable of detecting subdermal vibrations in your face. Even when the app is closed, the hardware can be remotely activated to measure the blood flow in your cheeks. This allows the government to know your emotional state before you even realize you're feeling it. They know you're hungry before your stomach growls. They know you're angry before your pulse rises. But here is the most spicy tidbit of all. The personalized experience you love is actually a behavioral corral. By predicting your next move with 98% accuracy, the algorithm begins to subtly nudge your reality. It shows you specific information at the exact moment your dopamine levels are lowest, making you more susceptible to suggestion. They aren't just tracking your life, they are editing it. They are rewriting your preferences and steering your political leanings through a series of synchronicity events. Have you ever thought of a random person and they called you 5 minutes later? You thought it was a coincidence? In reality, it was the algorithm triggering both of you at the optimal psychological window. You aren't the user. You are the product being refined in a global laboratory. If you think your phone is off just because the screen is black, you are living in a dangerous delusion. Let me tell you about a redacted study known as the ghost phone experiment. Researchers took a brand new factory reset smartphone, placed it in a soundproof lead box, and left it there for 72 hours. No SIM card, no Wi-Fi password, no user account. What they found when they opened the logs was chilling. The device had been talking the entire time. Here is a mind-blowing tidbit for you. The phone was using something called ultrasonic beaconing. It was emitting high-frequency sounds, completely silent to human ears, to communicate with other smart devices in the building. Your fridge, your smart bulb, even your neighbor's TV. They were forming a local mesh network, sharing data packets about the room's temperature, the number of heartbeats nearby, and even the chemical composition of the air. Another tidbit from the experiment. Even without a battery, certain capacitors on the motherboard are designed to hold enough charge to keep the microphone active in passive listener mode for up to 48 hours. The government doesn't need your phone to be on. They just need it to be in the room. But the most sinister part of the ghost phone experiment was the phantom notification. Have you ever felt your phone vibrate in your pocket, only to pull it out and see nothing? No message, no alert. You thought it was phantom vibration syndrome. The classified files suggest otherwise. That vibration is a tactile handshake. It's a low-frequency pulse designed to test your reaction time and skin conductivity. The algorithm is checking if you are near the device, measuring how long it takes for you to touch the screen. It's a Pavlovian test, and every time you check your empty lock screen, you're confirming that their tether is still active. You are being trained, one phantom vibration at a time. So, how do you escape? People buy Faraday bags, they wrap their routers in foil, they move to the mountains. But here is the final, most bitter tidbit. In a world saturated with SmartDust and 1.6 gigahertz satellite arrays, there is no off switch. The system wasn't built around us, we were integrated into it. The only way to win is to be aware of the game. If this investigation opened your eyes, like the video, let's see if we can trigger the algorithm to spread the truth for once. Subscribe and turn on notifications because our next file goes even deeper into the architecture of the unknown. Stay vigilant, stay skeptical, and next time your phone vibrates for no reason, remember who is really calling. I'll see you in the next one.